What do you say? Impressive, don't you think? All right, enough daydreaming. Start shooting.
I'm only here for...
You're only what? You're here to film me, so let's get started.
Look,
Yes, I understand perfectly. Let's start. Dear colleagues, I feel deeply honored to stand before you today as the director of the world's most advanced facility for the study of the universe. An honor I should have had years ago, although you prefer that dreamer, Dr. Kochanovsky, and his mad obsession to discover the secret of the origin of the universe. Why, everyone knows how the universe began. Even a child could tell you.
Of course, man. In the beginning,
What?
God created the heaven and the earth.
Nonsense! Primitive superstition! In the beginning, young man, in the modern world there are thousands of wonderful theories on how the universe began and developed. The only thing left is to tie all their loose ends together, and then to arrive at the secret of the universe itself.
But they say Dr. Kochanovsky was working on a secret project.
Stop pestering me with Dr. Kochanovsky!
Whoa!
Yes, what you see here is,
It's pretty cool, dude.
Hey! What do you think you're doing? I'll have you know that you are trespassing on university property! Out!
But Professor, this machine can take us back to the greatest events in history, man. The Exodus from Egypt, Mount Sinai.
Those are all legends! Now get out!
Professor, we're going backwards in time.
Everything's disappearing.
Professor, don't you want to find out the secret of the creation of the world?
Oh no! Oh no!
Professor, just think of all the fame. You'll be the first person to see the creation of the world with his own eyes. Hey, think of all the prizes.
Fame, And prizes. The Nobel Prize. Wait a second. Keep shooting. My friends, I am standing before you at a historic moment. I am about to present you the saga of the formation of the universe as never, I repeat, never seen before.
Rubbish.
What?
I didn't say anything.
At long last, we shall truly know how the universe began, how life on Earth came into being.
Arrogant rubbish.
Huh?
Huh? Anything you shall discover has already been written. Here.
Yes, that's very clear, thank you.
Morei Nevuchim. The Guide for the Perplexed by Maimonides.
Maimonides?
The creation of the world and of all living creatures is already described in the Book of Books.
Well, with all due respect, sir, we live in the modern age. You don't really imagine that God went poof, and then the world suddenly came into being.
By no means!
Great balls of fire!
Great balls of fire, indeed. Read my book, The Origin of Species, in which I describe the evolutionary process whereby the animal kingdom developed.
Darwin?
Yes, sir. There is nothing new you can discover. Oy.
Einstein?
Hello?
They're simply jumping out of the books.
In any case, the Torah is certainly not science. Don't you feel a little out of place?
On the contrary, anyone who wants to know how God rules the world must study astronomy and physics in addition to the words of the Torah.
That is not the point. If I understand a good doctor correctly...
Professor.
Yeah, he was asking about the formation of the universe.
Gentlemen, it's very simple. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
What a joke! It's also written that God said, "Let there be light," and poof, there was light. Ridiculous. It's as if the world was created by a magician at a birthday party. Darkness one moment, light the next. Why, on the first day of creation, there were no sun or stars, no moon, no people, and no other source of light. So where did this, and then there was light come from?
And how do you think the world was formed?
Today, every child knows that the universe began with a huge explosion called the Big Bang. Yes, everybody knows, except for you, it seems. Anyway, in 1965, two scientists discovered the existence of a weak radiation of light that fills the entire universe. And they proved that this light is a remnant of the Big Bang from the beginning of time. This discovery, by the way, won them the Nobel Prize. And speaking of the Nobel Prize...
I knew it! I just couldn't believe it! It all began with a huge explosion, and the universe has been expanding ever since. My theories are the basis for the discovery of how the universe began.
And my theories are the basis for understanding how life formed and developed.
No! The book I am writing will shed absolutely new light on all your theories.
Everything you've discovered or shall discover, it's already written here.
Oh, really? So where does it say anything about the Big Bang in your book?
That depends on what the Big Bang was.
A bang! An explosion! He doesn't know what an explosion is. An explosion! Comprende? A sort of big boom with
Light?
Yeah, sure, lots of light.
Just as you said, and God said, "Let there be light."
I said?
Exactly.
Apparently, we are speaking about the same phenomena, but calling it by different names.
But Albert, the Bible is just folklore. With all due respect, you can't just go ahead and describe a respectable and detailed theory by the simple words, "And there was light."
Why not?
Because it's simply, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Hey man, this is scary. I don't like the dark.
Truly amazing. Nature in all its glory.
And a darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of the Lord hovered over the face of the waters.
Why all this darkness?
We have reached the very beginning of time. The point where the universe does not even exist yet. No stars, no sun. Look! The universe is being born before our very eyes. A great ball of light emerges out of nothing. How wonderful!
Where on earth did this burst of light come from?
Science has no answer to that question.
Exactly as is written in the Torah. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light.
Just a moment. What about the sun, moon, and the planets? Where did they come from?
Oh, that is not a problem. The light energy of the Big Bang was transformed into matter.
You mean the stars were formed out of light?
Exactly. Energy can turn into matter. That is precisely the meaning of my equation E equals mc squared. The E stands for energy, and the M stands for mass. In other words, matter. What my equation means is that under certain conditions, matter can be transformed into energy or vice versa.
Righto, I think I've got it. But what does C squared stand for?
C squared determines how much matter can be obtained from a single unit of energy.
Get him. He knows what he's talking about. They used his equation to develop nuclear power and nuclear bombs.
Please don't remind me.
And I suppose you expect us to believe that the entire universe was created in a single day, as is written in the Torah.
Shalom! I couldn't help overhearing your discussion.
That's all we need. Professor Aviézer, what are you doing here?
The fact that a lengthy series of dramatic cosmological events occurred within a very short time at the beginning of the universe is the basis for a book by Nobel Prize winner Steven Weinberg, The First 3 Minutes. Just think, it takes Professor Weinberg 151 pages to describe a chain of cosmological events that took place in only 3 minutes.
Yeah, the sudden creation of the universe ex nihilo has become an established scientific fact.
Which is already described in the book of Genesis.
Yes, idle chatter. We haven't got time for this now, we've got to go back.
The creation of the universe lies outside the scope of the known laws of physics.
Hey, who's that?
Gentlemen, the Torah provides an explanation for what caused the creation of the world. It's in the first verse of Genesis.
Not now! I'm trying to get us back!
Today, there is harmony between Torah and science. A person is not forced to choose between accepting modern scientific theories or being loyal to biblical tradition. Cosmologists now speak of the creation of the universe, while the book of Genesis speaks of the creator of the universe. Maybe they are both talking about the same thing.